where's the power grid, like where's the main power line? How can I, hey, you can build your thing here because, man, you don't have to worry about the infrastructure to the power line so you can sell your product.
The infrastructure is basically being built up now. I think that basically the federal government has the last say in this. But what we're looking at is basically LA has bought up 9,000 acres here.
Yes.
And if you look out to the north of Niland there's a big power line there. They will probably sister up with that to carry out the renewable energy here at the north end.
Not probably, they are. Transmission.
That is
They, I mean, that's, you know, but that's going to happen. So we're sitting in a good position. What we need still is ideas to build this community up. So.
But does the community want to be built up? That maybe some people wanted to have the small town. Because I don't complain about the Mexico casinos. They said, we don't want a casino here. That's going to build us up. We want to maintain a small community. And that's what, we're like that one segment of the population, that was their argument against the casino. They didn't want.
How many people here want a better community?
better.
Right. So I guess we got to add to the community.
Bigger.
You have to add infrastructure.
We may not want to be as big as collective,
Right
but we want to be bigger than we are.
The community actually wants a better community for the children. Now you heard about casinos, gambling, you know, something else.
Good job.
Right now, we're trying to people want to stop up their children.
Here's the whole thing, you know, if anyone looks at a map of Europe and the population density of over there, or you look back east and see the population density back there, basically if you look at California and you look at that map and you compare it with back east or Europe, it does not have the same density. We are not getting less people, we are getting more people. Whether you like it or not, we are going to have more people. Now, providing a good city for them and making this a nice place to live is going to be one of the things that's going to help this place grow. It's going to grow irregardless of what we do. But at least we should have a hand in it, and we should be able to shape how it grows.
Which requires infrastructure, or like requires building up more land, putting stuff on the land, and then be able to maintain that. So can the city maintain that economy?
Ready? Do we need more people for a sanitation department?
We need more people. We need more businesses.
For existing what we have, for existing infrastructure that we have. We don't have the people to even provide enough money for infrastructure right now as it is. We need more people in here so we can support an infrastructure. And those things, you know, when you look at growth, everything has to grow at the same time. So you can't do it without people. We know we're going to get people later on, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking to build a good community.
Earlier we had, and I just already wrote it down, a swimming pool. Do you think we need a swimming pool?
Oh yeah.
We need to fund the ones we have in California.
Yeah, take care of the one in California.
Should we add that here to our...
Put a swimming pool in.
Swimming pool?
California's got their swimming pool.
Yeah, well,
We don't have it fully funded.
Do we add it?
They're digging the hole. They're pouring the concrete soon.
Additional bus service?
Definitely.
What
yeah,
about
they're going to close our libraries. We definitely need
The bus service, what does that mean, additional bus service?
I know that there's people who go to IBC and this earliest bus doesn't seem to catch the earliest class, and the latest doesn't seem to get them back to the early bus is at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And it gets there at 8 o'clock.
It gets there at 8.
So you need additional bus service?
Right.
I used to ride the bus, you cannot take the last bus. The last bus gets here is at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Right.
You can't take a night bus.
Right.
How many times do they come over here?
3
routes.
Every hour?
It's 3, isn't it?
5 times?
Okay. Is there any other suggestions that anyone, you know, I don't care how long we're all in.
We actually got to focus on something that we can use all year round.
Here's a vision that somebody had.
Okay.
All year round.
Back there.
Well, if the community's going to grow like this, we already, I think, have a strained medical response, emergency medical response that covers
Ambulance service.
No, farm lab.
And I think we need at least one.
You got 45 minutes to go. reach my trailer and still burn, and I had to put out my own fire.
No, we do need, I mean, I serve on the, Vince and I both serve on the non-fire and the non-sanitary. Yes, we need additional resources for those emergency responses.
You guys are also asking for stuff from the office solar. You have a meeting tomorrow morning? All right?
Yes.
Okay. So, emergency response, when we talk about emergency response, basically we're talking about an ambulance service. This town used to have an ambulance service. We used to have one, now we don't. Now, the county decided to give $30,000 to Salt City for their ambulance service over there, and they decided to service Borrego Springs, which is not even in Imperial County. Niland does not have an ambulance service. You guys have to go to Bombay, you have to go to the Rock Spa, you have to go to the other trailer parks up there, you have to go to the slabs, and you have to service Niland. And those ambulances have to come all the way from Brawley to down here.
Wow.
Right?
Do you want to say something?
We have looked up elements of a healthy community, just to get general fundamental concepts to see if we have all these elements. And it's interesting, one of the things that I remembered it when you brought that up, was that one community, it said less emergency room visits. And what they were leading towards is they were deficient in local health care and health education and so forth. And I was thinking, we have this clinic here, that's good, and I'm not sure if that's adequate. And maybe the emergency response you were referring to would be something other than medical. But it was interesting, while we were researching elements, one community wanted to reduce their emergency room visits because so many were preventable through education and preventative health care. So I don't know if, does this translate into some expanded health care or education or anything that maybe could be used in the community?
Clinic serves the community quite actively right now. It's the lack of ambulance and or EMT.
Yeah, ambulance service.
Can you please read that circle that has the elements, just so that we can...
I know from a couple of different communities that were, as we are doing, examining, and this one community, they have, basic needs, health and wellness, education, the economy, arts and culture, neighborhoods, and environment. I heard arts and culture earlier. I know the county was working on this north area, having something, I don't know, at one time.
Because we're a very socially depressed area.
But arts are something that, unfortunately, like, I know others know more than I do, Calipat lost some of its art programs. And for some students, that's so essential, whether it's music or painting or whatever. And that can be in this youth program. This youth program, if we can, I imagine, get a program manager that can really start structuring it. That's sort of an ongoing youth thing, I think, is a biggie.
Yeah, the reason I mentioned the arts and cultural, because I saw a big difference in Calexico. They built an arts and cultural building. And at first I was kind of skeptical, like how is it gonna affect, the community? Because one time a city council came up to me, Benjamin, give me some ideas of what we could do to build up the morale, And it pretty much, I was surprised how people responded, because every month, one time out of the week, they gather up the towns or the cities, artistic side, and people would just display it. Some people would just sing, some people would just bring their paintings and just kind of promote it. Some of them were photographers, and then there was musicians, and it kind of like stimulated hope of cultural arts.
Multicultural?
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody I was seeing has something like they like to display, and they don't even have to present it. Just put it as a display. Also, another way is music. Somebody that knows how to play music, give kids, into this community center.
Arts and culture.
The community center lessons. And when you build lessons, when people come and think about, they have music, my kids can learn how to play music, it'll kind of like, make them stay here, and kind of promote music, and probably expand over into the other communities and show, you know what, Niland is going over there, and then from